Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's Patrick Duff, the rabble rouser himself. Going to get into a little bit more about the Patriot Front, and let's take a look at the Patriot Front doing some training first to kind of get into the understanding of who are these people. I mean, take a look here at this group of fine individuals, and let's take a look at them training here real quick, and I will get into a little bit more in just a second.
Forward march. Right turn. Left. Left. Right. Left. Fix it. Left. Left. Good. Left. Right. Left. Yo left. Yo left. Yo left. Right. Yo left. Yo left. Yo left. Right. Left. Turn. Left. There we go. Good stuff. Right there.
Probably not a huge deal. We'll get there eventually, though.
So when it comes to doing a facing movement, these are turns executed while standing still. Make sense? In other words, it looks like this. For a left face, it's going to be here, here, right? You pivot.
So I want to pause this for a second. I don't know if you just noticed that, but this guy over here is puffing away on a vape while they're in training here, is sucking on the vape. But you're gonna see this. It's funny too because this guy kind of follows you. But I don't want to make fun of these guys. But if you notice the one guy in that crowd, I mean, he definitely. I mean, I'm just saying he's special. You know, they're recruiting fucking anybody. I mean, literally, there's definitely people in that crowd that are not white. If you took a DNA test, I mean, I think some of them might be Jewish. I think they were infiltrated. But let's take a look at this guy show how to do the little turn right here and see how he does.
On your left toe and on your right. Wait, no, your left heel and your right toe. Yep. So, just like that.
If anyone knows boxing, just give me one more demonstration, please.
So for a left face, it's going to look like this. It's a 2-count movement. Here, here, right? For the right face, exact same thing, except opposite. If you can't see me, go ahead and make some room or move up just to get a nice look at it. For a right face, it's going to be right face, 1, 2, right? For left face, 1, 2, right face, left, and then you start with your first foot move.
So the guy's puffing on the vape, okay? The guy puffing on the vape. We're going to get into him in just a second. His name is Graham Whitson. He's been arrested twice with the Patriot Front. He currently has a warrant out for his arrest in Idaho for a 2020 arrest when they were arrested with 31 Patriot Front members going to a gay pride parade in the back of a Penske truck. But there's nobody funding this group. Remember, it's all organized by a guy that doesn't have a job, was a high school student when he started it, and was living at his father's house until 2021, and still is yet to have a job that anybody can identify. But what's important here is that I think he does have a job. I think he's being paid well. I think there is something that maybe he did that is causing him to do this. I don't know if these are really his beliefs, but I can tell you that this is very, very disturbing, what I'm about to get into, the sense of how these numbers are and what's causing them. See, I'm white, and the last year, 2 years, it's been talked about how, 3-4 years, I mean, how, there's been an increase in these hate crimes, hate incidences, and this is where you'll see this coming. But I do believe it's all manufactured. I believe that Thomas Rousseau, the leader of the Patriot Front, I apologize, is a construct. He is a absolute construct. He has a handler, and I'll get into some of that. But take a look here. So the Patriot Front founded in 2017. End of 2017, right after the Unite the Right rally, where the woman Heather Heyer was killed. Thomas Rousseau had taken this organization over as a high school student. As a high school student who, by the way, I will show you very quickly. This is Thomas graduating right here.
Gabriel Cole Roper. Khalil Mark Rosen.
Thomas Ryan Rousseau, Rashad Rout, Sarish Rafiq Rupani,
And sadly,
Holden
like a lot of them kids that you see in that video, nobody even clapped for Rousseau. I mean, this is not your typical leader type going up there, not a person in his high school who went there all 4 years, even claps for him. So he's probably got some anger issues too. Wouldn't mind getting back at people. I mean, he's only 5'7", the Napoleon complex type of thing. I mean, not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, it is what it is, but he is who he is. But I personally, I've been around some of these Aryans. I mean, I had the displeasure of being in LA County before and met some real Peckerwoods. And I can tell you that if an Aryan, a real Aryan Brotherhood type of individual or a real Peckerwood or somebody from those gangs walked into one of these meetings and Thomas Rousseau was the alleged leader, he would probably be the leader for about 2 seconds because they would say, "Who the fuck are you?" But let's take a look. These incidences, right? These incidences, propaganda, putting propaganda around, talking about stickers at colleges, dropping banners, things like that, on highways, handing out flyers. These incidents of white pride or white supremacist propaganda that's put out there have increased 5,500 incidences since 2018 to 2022. So in 2018, you had 1,214. In 2022, you had 6,751. Now, the numbers below show that 87% of those incidences, 87% of the 6,751 incidences were committed by Patriot Front. And they don't have any funding. Nobody's funding this group. This guy doesn't have a job, started in high school, somehow is just funding trips around the country, going all around the country, renting Penske trucks, getting 30, 40 people that are from all around the country to this other area of the country, and they're just doing it on their own volition, their own dime. I don't know. I don't think so. So let's take a listen. This is where I'm at. Now, that increase in numbers comes directly from what you're about to hear here. Now, what's going on here? This is a call with Rousseau and members that are considered, they're basically interviewing to become a registered member in this network. But you'll hear some very odd things, some very military style things, some things that kind of suggest that there's handlers involved for these people. And let's take a listen to Thomas Rousseau have a business meeting here. And this is a business meeting, it's just like a business meeting. There's somebody taking minutes and everything. So let's take a listen.
So, welcome everyone. I see some new guys. Whoa, come on, mute your mic. So welcome everyone. We got some new guys here. These meetings are mostly weekly. They don't always fall on the same day every week. We just do them kind of as we see fit, depending on the levels of activism we've seen. These are meetings for non-network members, which is all of you, coincidentally. And it means that you don't have enough guys in your local area to form a formalized network. Which means that you once you have enough guys in your local area, you will be given like a network channel, an official network direction and oversight person. But since y'all aren't there yet, we're here. And we also are just keeping track of activism, and that is actually what we're going to do now. Because remember, everybody contributes, no one quits. And the best, and also people who are speaking to others behind themselves also mute their microphones. But remember, the best way to weed out, infiltrators and otherwise undesirables is to keep active, keep it cohesive, and work your butt off.
That's the last time I saw.
All right, I'm gonna meet you, Nick, real quick.
Yeah.
Did that sound like a sales meeting? Right?
Yeah. All right, Billy, you ready?
Taking minutes.
You ready? Billy.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Chris, start with you. What you been up to, and what are you going to be up to?
Yeah, how's it going?
I'm doing great.
So lately, the Georgia boys have just been making these quarter-page flyers and putting them in bags and throwing them out. We threw out 300 on Tuesday and finished today about an hour ago. Threw out another 300 more. And then I have another few hundred printed out. It's the old posters.
Yeah. We in the future, if you're thinking about doing that, if you need something specific, I can design you something specific. So don't worry about that. But yeah, good work. And make sure to check. I think if you do like 600 in a single neighborhood, someone's gonna talk to the press, right?
Hopefully, yeah. And then this Saturday, planning on going up to the Chattanooga boys and doing a training session up there.
Nice. How many folks would that be?
It'd be 6 total, 3 and 3.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 of us.
So what is the main thing that when it comes to like documenting that you would want to make sure you do?
Sparring and maybe get some footage of the guys doing
footage, exactly.
So do you hear what this guy is doing and what these people are admitting to? They are admitting to crimes to him. And they're also agreeing to videotape themselves in these training sessions and committing crimes and send them to him as an incident of the hate that you see in the chart right here. Now, you also heard him say, well, great, you put up so many flyers, somebody's going to contact the press. So they look for people to contact the press on these things. I'm sure if someone doesn't contact the press, they do it them damn selves. And this is this is a sales group. This is people finding idiots who want to be part of something, who haven't been part of anything probably their whole life, and they've been invited into this group to be part of it, and they literally, to get into the group, are incriminating themselves on the way in the door here. So let's listen to another incrimination.
If you don't take photos and videos, guys, it didn't happen. Literally, picture it didn't happen. Propaganda, and I don't mean propaganda, and promotional material is half or about 3/4 of the battle sometimes. So that sounds awesome. Make sure you get some nice angles. Film it horizontally, and try to look for angles that people wouldn't get if they were just standing right straight up, looking like staring at you guys, right? So go for lower, go for higher, go for...
So imagine this, just think about this. This guy is literally collecting information on thousands and thousands of incidents of vandalism and of these training sessions. And he is what? He has no job. He lived at his dad's house until 2021. Still doesn't have a job. I mean, this is his job. This is obviously his job. It's a big act. It's a ploy. There is people involved in this that directly have been in some big trouble that probably that should be in jail, but instead they're leading that crew there. So let's just listen to one more.
Steps. Go for, and also don't stand like 20 feet away. If you want some, like, we just need a picture or something to make sure that we can put it out there. It'll look good. Just don't give me like defining things like we shouldn't be able to see the house. If it's just like a straight, line of trees, something like that. But yeah, sounds awesome. Looking forward to it. That's on Saturday.
Yes,
Saturday.
Looking forward to it. All right, Charlie, speak. What have you been up to?
I'm looking for my headphones right now.
Okay.
You could give me a minute. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Excuse my tardiness.
Yeah, you're excused.
Thank you.
Connor, man, what's up?
Not much. Past 2 weeks, I've just been going to our, events around the country or the East Coast. And
Good
you went to both of those, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to the one in DC, and then the next weekend after.
High agency guy right here.
Dude, everybody pat Chris on the back. Solid work.
I appreciate it. And then this weekend I'm working with our, new MA prospects, so we're going to do some good flyering and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get footage.
Yeah, dude. Some quick stuff, and we're going to probably publish the action report video tomorrow, and you can get some examples of some good footage. Chris got great footage of the postering. The Georgia boys are actually featured prominently in the action report. You know why? Because they have the best footage. They have the most of it.
Did I hear this action report is coming out tomorrow?
Yes, I didn't publish.
So, I mean, you get the gist. There's one guy after this. The guy said something like, he he couldn't do any flyering this week, and his dog died. And he goes into telling him that basically you have to do something, at least 2 actions a month per member. 2 actions they must do per member. So as the group grew exponentially, these actions grew exponentially from 1,200 to 6,700. What's so interesting is when you look at the numbers and when you actually break down the numbers, 87% of 6,700 is roughly 5,900. So there was like 800 or something incidences that were considered this propaganda, white supremacist propaganda incidences that weren't the Patriot Front. But I mean, think about how many that is. Think about how many that is, but see how the growth works. Okay, and do you think that this here is just him? Hey, I need this stuff so I can put it out there. These folks didn't put propaganda films out there except for very short, like bits here and there, and everybody's wearing masks, and he's not telling these people to wear masks. And they're not in these videos. That's why they take the videos and they blur out their faces if they use them themselves. But one of the people that was in this right here is very important to this story. And it's interesting because if you see his shirt right here, he's wearing a shirt that says reject poison. And it's got this thing, no marijuana leaf. You can see no alcohol, nothing here. But he's the one sitting there puffing on a fucking vape like a chimney. And so his name is Graham Whitson. Graham Whitson is interesting because Graham was arrested in Calvert County, Maryland in 2017. 11/17, November 12th, 2017, he was busted in the Wawa parking lot. If you don't know what Wawa is, it's an East Coast thing. So it says here that he was busted, and check this out. It said that he was busted. Whitson was charged with CDS possession, not marijuana, lysergic acid, and Whittington was charged with CDS possession, oxycodone, and possession of marijuana, and CDS possession with intent to distribute. So here you have these two arrested, busted, and charged with some serious stuff. They were charged with acid and selling acid, and somehow Whitson basically walks from this charge. I was going to show his charge, but it shows his actual address in there, and I don't want to dox the guy's family at all. So there you have this guy here that is leading this group that was busted with acid in 2017 and now wears a shirt that says reject poison. That's allegedly didn't have to do any jail time. I mean, I didn't have to say allegedly. The case just disappears. So there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. The major question that should be asked is who the hell's funding this group? All these stickers. I mean, this Rousseau guy on this interview the other night claimed that they're self-funding, that these people self-fund. But I don't think that is possible. And I'll tell you, I'll do one more last quick fun video here because I think it really shows kind of how these guys are. Gotta go to Twitter for this, I think. X. And this is them in Philadelphia, and what happened to them when they were in Philadelphia and basically got chased out by and beat up by a group of Philly people.
Oh shit!
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, fuck him up! These niggas start hopping out the back of the truck. Yo, fuck them niggas up! They trying to escape! He's their bitches!
So, not only did they throw smoke bombs when they were chased, but they all retreated to that truck and jumped in and took off. They were later pulled over by police and checked, and somehow You know, these guys in these masks and that are doing thousands and thousands of vandalisms. You know, very few of them are getting arrested. Well, that's because they're just chicken shits the way they do them. They're just putting stickers up and running away, or dropping a banner and running away, or doing a flash protest. And that's not the way that real white supremacists work. They are scary. I mean, the ones that I've met that are the real deal Peckerwoods that I met in Los Angeles. You know, it is what it is. But there's no way they would take orders from Thomas Rousseau. So the question is, who's really giving the orders, and who's paying for Patriot Front?